first thing we do with clients is to really outline things like tone, style, voice, language used. So understanding if you want to come across as professional or if you want to come across as authoritative, funny, conversational, really most of the time, this is editorial content that you're talking about, and you want to have the broadest reach possible. So you kind of want to speak in a conversational tone, but still have some really good factual information. So our recommendation is speak conversationally or write conversationally. And don't try and use crazy big words or complicated sentences or anything like that. Write in a way that's going to be easily digested by most people, so that you're removing the barriers to them actually wanting to share it or distribute it on your behalf. So that's definitely where we start off. Tone, style, voice, language, and then we go on to things like content length and structure. So as part of the work that we do as an agency for clients is when we take them over as a content audit. So you think about these big sites with thousands and thousands of posts and editorial content. We go in and we analyze their content from analytics through some web scraping, through social data, link profile data, and we're able to come out with some really big insights to say what content actually works for the business. And so what we do is we're able to, the most common things we pull out are content of this length performs best by links and social shares and time on site and engagement and comments and so many things, publishing on this day or that day, writing content about these sorts of topics. These authors might be better. So we've got a really big database of information that we're able to pull out. And what always happens, I'd say 98% of the time, is the longer form content outperforms short form content with links, with time on site, with social shares, with engagement, with all of the key metrics that you typically use to see if a piece of content is performing.
So just on that, so with that information, like in terms of long form content, has that always been the case, or is it something recent?
I've certainly been saying it for 7 or 8 years now, and I'm sure there were people saying it before me, that there are plenty of cases of short form content doing well, newspapers and those sorts of things, but they're a different beast altogether. They have the authority, they have the traffic, all of those sorts of things. If you're going to come out and create a brand new site or start creating editorial content on your own website with the purpose of driving some sort of engagement or results, you're going to win by doing long form over short form, just from all the data we've seen.
Okay, and what can you tell us or explain what is a long form and a short form?
Yeah, so the thing I hate about content is when people come and think they're doing content marketing by putting 300 to 500 words on a page about their product, service, or company, and that's it. That's short form content, and it's terrible short form content, and it's not going to do anything for you. Long form content, everyone just sort of picks a number, but the longer we've seen, the better. So we've created content for clients that's been 30, 40,000 words long, like a proper book, and that outperforms the 2,000 word pieces. The sweet spot that we found where it matters in terms of the content length and getting results is around 1,500, 2,000 words per post. And that's where we see the biggest uptick and the biggest amount of engagement. And it climbs from there. But that's a bit where you can try and position all of your pieces of content at that. You're going to see better results. And it's more, you're able to do it on a regular basis.
Okay, great. So when you say it gets better results, are we talking about like I heard you mention engagement there, like clicks, length of time on page versus like actual customers? Like what's the thing we're tracking?
That's a great question, and that's in the strategy. You need to understand the business objectives, what matters to the business, what the purpose of creating this content is. And oftentimes they're not necessarily directly aligned with leads and sales. Some people might be, you might need to create a content marketing plan to do content marketing for brand awareness. You might need to do it for credibility building, so that when you are doing proposals elsewhere that you can prove that you know what you're talking about because you're thought leaders. You might need to do it because creating editorial content on your blog means that you can get links because people are going to link to your great content, which then means that your actual product and service pages are going to rank well, therefore you'll get leads. So you really need to understand what you're trying to do with this content and what's actually achievable, because different types of content will also matter because they apply to different stages of the funnel. Some will be just awareness, some will be about your industry, some might be a bit closer aligned with your product, and your calls to actions are going to be different all the way through. So understanding your calls to action, understanding what potential results you're going to see, and your business objectives are really key in that strategy.